Yeah, I'm trying to
I got you on this one. I'll save your voice for a little bit.
means excitement. Listen, you know what it is. I mean, I need to save my voice. So hey, somebody help me out. Okay, listen.
We got you.
Thank you. Now, it's very important for everybody to put this into perspective. Being a company that's just a little over 3 years old and opening just before COVID, everything that we have put it in place, meaning all of our distribution all over the world, we can really get products in a lot of places around the world, all throughout Europe, Asia. We're registering many different places now, opening offices, and we'll be giving you more details on that here soon. Canada, we get product into Mexico. I mean, you name it. And for those of you that aren't too familiar with this, when you do this, each place that you do this, you have to get your product approved. They have to improve your ingredients. That you have different import codes. It's a big thing just to do one country. So to do all the countries that we've done in such a short period of time is really mind-blowing. It is. You talk to any other company CEO, any other company management, that they find it hard to believe that we could get it done, and we have. I just had another one owner from another company here the other day, and he couldn't believe it either. Well, we've done it, so it's not whether you believe it or not, because we have done it. But it's also important. I like to make sure that all leadership, and frankly, anybody that comes to the Zooms, are informed along the way. I like to explain these things to people, because if you understand it, then it gives you better perspective on what we've done and also what we're doing. So some things we can do extremely fast. Some things it takes a little bit of time, because we're dealing with so many different governments, import, customs, shipping, you name it, it is. So I am very pleased with where we are. Extremely pleased. Because the team has worked so hard. And as each of you know, we're not just launching a new product, Prime, but we're launching a new shopping cart, multiple new websites, new training, new portal, QuiAri.com, etc., all in many different languages, so that when we push the go button, it's all ready then. And I think here, this might give you some perspective on what we're doing. Okay, now look, translations into QuiAri. Look at those languages for a second. Gotcha. Take a look. Translations into many different languages. Now, why so many languages? Because we have so many markets that are interested in getting paid in 5 minutes, and so many markets that are interested in our product. It's just that simple. We just don't want to be a company. We want to be the company. And there's a big difference. So when you have global demand, you need to have global infrastructure to meet global demand. So that means with every little thing that we do too, it goes through a translation service that's court certified, that give us great translations. It's not this Rudy Poo Google Translate like some other companies do. That's garbage. It's not our standards. And our standards is extremely high. So if it meets our standards, and we're super picky for ourselves over here, and I know everybody here understands that, then I know y'all are going to be extremely excited. Next. Like, for example, Discover QuiAri video, which is the first video on the new Get Paid in 5 site, as well as it's going to be on the new website. Look at all these languages. Take a look at that. Just hold that slide right there. Take a look. Bahasa, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Khmer, Spanish, Thai, and Vietnamese. So,
Wow.
So that's just for that video alone. Next up, for Prime, we have Bahasa, English, French, German, Hindi, Khmer, Spanish, Thai, and Vietnamese. Now that's just for that video. Next up, promoter testimonial video. Look at all the languages right there, because that's an important part of our Get Paid in 5 website. So all the translations that have to go on. Next up, comp plan translations. All the different languages. Again, we're not just dealing with 2 countries. We're dealing with many different countries, many different parts of the world. Next, Get Paid in 5 translations.
Oh my gosh.
Marketing website. Bob's presentation video that we talked about. There you go. Next up, the brand new opportunity presentation that everybody's going crazy about. Take a look. All the different languages. Then my presentation video. Y'all didn't know I spoke all these languages, did you?
We didn't know either.
I didn't know it either.
Okay.
I still didn't know it.
Now you do.
I can say 5-minute pay in a lot of languages.
There you go.
But,
Cha-ching.
but take a look at that.
Amazing.
What's up next? Purple Diamond Guide in many different languages. So I hope that gives you just a little bit of perspective on what we've done. We still have a few more things that are coming back from the translation companies. Just a few, not tons, just a few, right? It'll give you a little bit of perspective on everything that we're doing. If we would have just been doing something in English, we had been out of the gates already. Not a big deal. But that's not what we're doing. Because what I don't want to do is say, well, we can offer something in just this language, but the other languages are coming soon. And because that's just not the way that I believe in operating. We're one family. We all win together. We all promote at the same time. We all promote the same things. And so that's why it's important to me to be able to do it like this. So again, we are always openly communicate with everybody on timelines as we have them. So now let's talk about something important. Let's talk about this mindset training. I talk about mindset, momentum, and money. It all starts with your mindset. It does not matter. I say this, where the heart goes, the wallet follows. It's the same thing. Where your mind goes, the heart goes, the wallet follows. Now let's talk about a few things here. As a company and everybody in the field, I love this expression, divorce your story and marry the truth. Divorce your story and marry the truth. And what it means simply is this. You are what your paycheck says that you are. What you did in the past really doesn't matter to a large extent because you can't trip on what's behind you. What you have no idea how many times, even with the visitor I had the other day and some more visitors you have coming in, we have conversations about all the things that were done wrong, other companies had done to them or whatever the case may be. And let me explain to you my perspective on this, okay? Is there anybody, and I want you to tell me in the chat, is there anybody here that has never been paid in 5 minutes? Yes or no?
Nope, not one. Nope. Everybody's getting paid fine.
Is there anybody's check which has not been 100% accurate here? Everybody gets paid in 5, everybody gets accurately paid.
Yep.
Second thing I want to ask you, is everybody here getting your product and it tastes great, works great, it gets to you on time, it's not on this garbage, it's caught somewhere, or sorry, we're out of product and you'll have it 10 months from now. I mean, I was amazed. There's nothing, talking to some top leaders in other companies where they don't have product for 6 months in that market, but they're still out promoting. It's craziness.
Crazy.
Here, you don't have that issue here at all. So everybody, so again, take a check of where you are, right? Divorce your story and marry the truth. The best times are in front of you. Believe me, they are. I don't have time, right? How about this one? Let me ask you a question. Here's my Apple Watch, right? You have your Apple Watch on?
Yep.
She has her Apple Watch. Let me ask you, and I don't care for those of you that wear watches, don't wear watches, whatever the case is. Is there not the same number of hours and the same number of minutes, same number of seconds in every day for somebody? Yes or no?
Yep.
We all have the same amount of time.
Same amount of time.
So it's just in how we apply that time. So to make it big in this business, you have to give things up. You have to sacrifice some things in your schedule, some time. So not saying you don't have the time, that's a lie. You may not want to sacrifice the time. That's more like the truth. So it just depends upon how big your dreams are. If your dreams are big and you think this is the right vehicle, then you naturally give up the time. If you don't, you don't. But getting to the top is not hard. It's very hard work, but it's not hard. So you just have to make a decision that you want to make the commitment so that you can get to the top. It's just really that simple. You know, one of the things that I always loved to do when I was a policeman and in this industry is this: take something which is very complicated and make it very simple. That's all you have to do. So at the end of the day, this is a very, very, very simple business. It's either you have the time or you don't have the time. So you could go work 40 years of your life and we already know what your retirement will be, or you can commit 2 to 5 years of hard work here. And I think you'll be pretty satisfied with where you are. I do, but you got to keep it simple, please. Next. Pay the price now, so you can pay any price later. Somebody asked us the other day, how much does something cost, right? And it wasn't the price that was the problem. The price was they couldn't afford it. And a very good example of this was the other day, I was at swim lessons with Kristie and the kids, and I was talking to a young lady. Her son was watching the gymnastics, where all the kids were doing gymnastics. They have swim, they have gymnastics, they have everything. And so we got to talking about kids because I had Riley in my lap. Kristie was changing Tyler and Logan. And her son was really cute little boy. And I asked her, I said, are you going to have more kids? And she says, no. Now, a lot of parents, they say they don't want to have more kids because the stress of the kids. And you parents know what I'm talking about out there, right?
Just maybe.
Right. Just some of you. So, but she said, and I said, why? I was just curious. You know what? Her answer really broke my heart. She says, I can't afford more kids. Oh, so it really made me ponder that, wow, did somebody not give her an opportunity in life to really increase her skinny wallet? Think about that for a second. So there are special times in your life where you have to be pedal down to really put yourself where you want to be. Now, I'm telling you, now is that time. Companies like QuiAri do not come along very often at all in this industry. They don't. We have the best of the best of the best of the best. And I would probably be willing to tell you in the next, and again, this is an educated guess, but I think our volume will increase probably by 6 or 7 in the next 6 months, at least. So if that doesn't tell you where we feel that we are and where we feel where we're going, it's an extremely exciting time now. So now, pay the price now. I would highly suggest you work harder than ever, because now is the time to get going. Life is about timing, personally and professionally. I mean, so it's really, now is the time. When I tell you that, I mean it. And I think all of you know who are around me that you know what I mean when I say that to you. Next, please. Now let's talk about Prime for a second. Our second manufacturing run is in process in the next 6 days. That is the update, 6 to 7. Don't hold me to it to a day. That's the update, the latest update that I got from the manufacturer. From there, it has to be shipped. This is the second run. It has to be shipped to the respective places that it's going. All of them will be shipped. The original ones will be shipped via air, so they get there as quickly as possible. So as soon as the second run is done and the after production testing is done, because after each batch there's testing, quality control testing that goes on. As soon as they give me the thumbs up on that, and I can marry that with all the translations that are going on and all the shopping cart testing that is going on, then I'll have a much clearer viewpoint of an exact launch date for you. So that's exactly what is going on. If you ask me, if you gave me $10 million and said, can you give me, I'd give you the same answer, Because one thing I will never, 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 never do is give a date and then rush to try to meet that date. That is bad business. Because then you have to make excuses as to why something got pushed back or whatever the case is. It's business 101. I want to make sure that everything is perfect, because if it's not perfect, I'm not launching it. It's just that simple. Those are our standards that we have here. This is why you get paid in 5 minutes perfectly. This is why we have tremendous support. This is why our products all taste great, work great, get delivered all over the world great. It has to meet our standards.
Absolutely.
If it meets our standards, I know that it will meet yours. And I always tell people this: nobody needs to embarrass me but me. If I want to embarrass myself, I could do a good job at it, right? But it's not going to happen like this. So I just want to make sure that everybody understands what our standards are here, because everybody wants to know. Believe me, I have put out a ton of money. The company has, to get this product to where it is, the branding, the timing, etc. I absolutely love to launch it tomorrow. I could flip the switch on some stuff tomorrow without it being perfect, without the shopping cart being perfect, without all the translations there, just waiting on the second production run to be done. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it to me. I'm not going to do it to you. I want to make sure that it is exactly where it needs to be, because I've been doing this a long time. I've never seen such a great combination of everything coming together in one company for a company to absolutely explode. Not just a little bit of volume uptick, and that's not what I'm talking about, right? So I will also tell you this: between now and then, the shake still works great. Energy still works great. Always sell what you have. Sell what has got you to where you are. We still pay in 5 minutes. So for somebody said, well, once prime, stop it right there, because I'll let you know when it comes out. That's when we launch it. So I want to make sure that everybody is 1,000,000,000% crystal clear on this. Put it in the chat. Please make sure that you're crystal clear on this. Right? Everybody got it?
Yes. Fired up. Crystal clear. Fired up. Whoop, whoop. All right.
So as everybody knows. So if you're clear, then that means that everybody that wasn't on the broadcast will be clear as well, right? Because when we're done, obviously we take the recordings and we send it off to everybody, right? We're also going to be making some announcements. There's some other exciting things going on in other parts of the world too. But again, I'll let you know that in the next week or two, because one of the things, being honest with you, with as fast as we do things, and the management team and the team that we have here, we make certain things look easy, which is not easy. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not easy. Some things are not easy, but we make them look easy, and that's okay, because that's our job. It's our job to make things look easy, to put each of you in the best position to succeed for your life. And so that's why we really operate and run the way that we do. So that's what I have for you now. Next week, I know, will be a big broadcast, because I'll have some more closing dates on translations, etc. So each day that goes by, we get closer to having, finality and clarity. I promise I'll share everything with you, the good, the bad, the ugly, as I always do. We just try to keep ugly out of the picture. So
we handle that.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
Yeah. So that being said, thank you for everybody.
Thank you,
I'll sure talk to many of you before now and next week. But if not, I will see you all next week. And somebody just called my phone now, which means that they're not paying attention to the broadcast. So we got to get that straight with people. I'm not going to mention any names, but I might spell it. No,
nope.
I'm just teasing you.
Nope.
So thank you, everybody. Love everybody. Keep it up, and
Great job, guys.
we'll be
Keep
talking to
going.
you here soon.
All
Thank you,
right.
everybody.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.